Hi Philip, so if we're looking at your putting now, just a couple of things we're going to run through with regards to the setup and hopefully improve that sort of technique with stopping that ball sort of going left off the club face. First thing we talk about is your grip. It's the one time in the game of golf we want to grip a bit more in the palm, a bit more under the lifeline. That's going to take the wrist out of play. And by doing that now, that's going to reduce a lot of the forearm and wrist rotation, which was closing up the club face. We can see on this left-hand side image now, if you sort of look at where your line of your feet were pointing, pretty parallel to your target line, and where the putter was pointing, trying to start it sort of on this line. As you can see, the putter goes back fairly straight along that green line, but because of that sort of rotation now with the golf ball, we can see now, of course the camera's moving a little bit, but you can still see that golf ball now, after about 10 feet of the distance now, is almost on your toe line. So you've pulled that club face, closed the club face off, and the ball's gone very much left off the club face. Over long range putts, we're looking more about distance control. It's not going to be much of an issue, but for the short ones, those 3-4 footers, if it's going left straight off the club face, it's going to be missing that putt left more often than not. So again, more in the palm, as we said, and that's going to keep the club face now from over rotating, getting the golf ball able to start on line. We can see this one here, the putter stays back nice and straight, and as we swing the putter through now, that golf ball is staying sort of on the same line as you strike it, the green line now. If we put it back to the middle of the golf ball where you're aiming, that ball now is going to track down that green line, and only the sort of slope of the green now is going to take it off to the left, as we can see. So getting it more in the palm there gets your hand position to slightly sort of less rotational movement, and now we can just sort of swing the shoulders and the torso, keeping that club face more in line. One thing I would say in terms of practice, don't just go to putting green and hit 3 or 4 putts the same target. Make sure we sort of challenge ourselves. So work on maybe the strike, as we said. We can put some golf balls down on either side of the club face, and you're trying to swing the putter through the gate there, and that will ensure a good strike. And then we can work on that distance control game, put sort of a mark at about 10 foot, second mark at 20 foot, and you're trying to get as many golf balls in between. As we said, the sort of issue in the next putt has to follow or go past the previous putt, so like a leapfrog type game. Obviously, with a bit of practice doing that, you should be getting towards the sort of 5, 6, 7s. As that becomes the case, we just move further back from the balls. Hopefully, give you some sort of skills and games to practice there. So rather than going to putting green and not really knowing what you're doing, you got something to focus on. So when you do leave, if you've beaten your personal best, you're going to start thinking, well, you are seeing some improvement rather than just randomly reacting to previous putt after putt after putt. So hope that all makes sense. Any questions, obviously give me a shout, and I'll catch up with you soon.